Journey is a simple game. It has simple mechanics and a simple aesthetic, but there's often beauty in simplicity, and Journey is a beautiful game. A really, really, really beautiful game. It also has a simple story, one rich in metaphor that is up to the interpretation of the player. There is no dialogue or narration in Journey. Its story is told through silent cutscenes, in-game paintings, and an entire world's worth of environmental clues. It's also told through gameplay. You travel through a massive sand-sunken city, you avoid malicious machine leviathans, and along the way, you encounter other players. A very unique mechanic in Journey. Regardless of where you are in the game, you might stumble upon another robed traveler. These are always other players. They are not NPCs. It's a simple system like everything else in Journey. The game worlds merge and suddenly you're running around with someone else. What's particularly unique is the limited communication. There's no chat box or voice comms, and there's no usernames until the end of the game. You'll see the names of whoever you traveled with during the credits. The only things you can do to interact with other players is to move around and to sing to them. That game company was intentional about this. They wanted to encourage cooperation with no downsides, no trade-off. They wanted no expectation of follow-up or pressure of communication, just appreciation. As such, there's no in-game option to force multiplayer to happen. You can use the background matchmaking mechanics to try linking with a specific friend, but it's a manipulation of the system. It's not intended by the developers. But you may have noticed something already. I haven't shown any footage of finding another player, and that's because I couldn't. Even a handful of years ago when I played and completed Journey, already many years after its initial release, I was able to find other players every time I played. It was always fun to play with someone else, and it was always so consistent. It happened every time I played, and on every level. So I was surprised when I played the game again and couldn't find anyone. I tried multiple times as well, including on the mountain, which is the most common place to find other players due to a particular achievement. I tried enough that I was able to unlock the white scarf after resetting my game, and I did so on PS5, which has the most long-running and active Journey player base. All you have to do is look at Journey's Steam charts page to see what the problem is. It's really the only way to get an idea of how many people are playing the game. While it's never been zero, it's a very small number that has been slowly shrinking over time. Of course, this is totally normal, and there's nothing wrong with it. The game was originally released in 2012 and didn't come to PC until 2020. It's a very short and small game that's relatively easy and quick to complete. People would play it and may come back to it occasionally just because of how fun and relaxing it is, but it's not something you're going to be playing every day, unless you're a speedrunner. It's actually a little sad. Journey's relatively novel take on multiplayer is, in a way, dying. The game itself will always work just fine, but this small unique part of it will eventually stop occurring entirely. And you know what? That's okay. I mentioned earlier that Journey uses its gameplay to tell the story and that it's rich in metaphor. The multiplayer is an integral part of this. You see the silhouette of another traveler in the transition between the first two areas, and you always see travelers during the credits, suggesting this is a cycle that has repeated many times. But the increasing rarity of the multiplayer is actually quite fitting. On its face, Journey is a story about a traveler taking a spiritual pilgrimage through the remnants of their ancient civilization. You play as that traveler. Along the way, you learn about how their civilization ended. It's a classic tale. Civilization is born from agriculture, but agriculture leads to extortion. Extortion leads to a lack of respect towards life and natural resources. And that lack of respect leads to a reckless pursuit of progress. Progress went too far and eventually led to the fall of the very civilization that pursued it. They may as well have named this world the Fertile Crescent. With the life energy drained from the land, only a desert of graves is left behind. The traveler releases trapped cloth creatures throughout their journey as they slowly move through deserts, ruined cities, deep caverns, and a reservoir of magic. You develop a deep appreciation for life and its magic along the way, gaining strength as you progress. In the final stretch, you climb a storm-torn mountain, slowly losing your scarf and freezing as you climb higher and avoid the machine leviathans, as all cloth creatures have around you. Before reaching the summit, you lose consciousness, but are revived by the power of the entities that have guided you through your journey. The traveler is empowered and ascends to the summit in a spectacular sequence. And once they reach the summit, the traveler walks into the light as a new light is sent from the top of the mountain down to the very dune at which the game began. The developers have stated that the story is structured in a way to have a clear theme, that being environmental conservatism, while leaving the story up to interpretation. There has been a lot of discussion and theorizing that the game is about the stages of life, suggesting the traveler is born in the desert and dies on the mountain. But Journey is not about life, death, and rebirth. Life is not being reseeded like in Abzu, which is a similar game by another developer, Giant Squid, which was actually founded by many ex-developers from that game company. The land is just as desolate as it was when you began your trek. One thing that is very clear throughout the world is that the land is riddled with graves. There are grave markers everywhere you look, from the distant dunes to the mountain's peak. We know these are graves because the in-game lore paintings are explicit. Your entire civilization has perished. And so have you. Journey is about a soul making their way to the afterlife. You are a spirit along with every other player you meet. The entities that guide you are benevolent reapers tasked with animating the souls of those lost in the calamity and guiding them to the gate of the afterlife atop the mountain peak. One by one, two by two. But with millennia after millennia, the long-lost civilization has slowly but surely made its way to the beyond, just as new and old players alike have slowly but surely moved on, leaving Journey truly empty. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Type Fertile Crescent in the comments if you made it this far, and consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed it. I chose to make this video as a little celebration for my 1-year anniversary of returning to YouTube after many years of not making videos. I chose Journey because it felt right, as my first video from 2017 was on Abzu. It's actually a pretty good essay, but it's a terrible video. If you can tolerate horrible audio and abysmal pacing, feel free to check it out. It's on screen along with another video game analysis and another video you might like. My next video will be an exhaustive critique on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Thank you so much for watching.